G'day guys, what's going on? Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to do Q&A. Start off today's video with some Q&A. I'll go through the questions you guys have submitted in the comments below and I'll try and get to answering as many as I can. So we'll start from the first comments that we have. Alright, so first question I could find comes from Bravo Charlie. The question is, when is it worth paying for an eBay store? I currently have about 80 items listed and selling an average of 5 to 6 items a week. Not sure if I will save the price of a basic store yet. And then Z-Man Gaming is asking, same here, would love to see what everybody thinks. So I think, I don't know how it works out. Like, I haven't looked at the stats and the numbers in a long time. But I guess, like, if it's more cheaper to go with the store, I think, I gotta get my numbers right. I'm not sure though. I think the store is about $20-something a month, but you also get a number of free listings as well, which is going to save you on insertion fees. So I guess once you get to a certain point, to be honest, I just think it's worth it to get a store. If you're only selling 5 to 6 items a week, I don't really think it's worth it. I think if you're selling over 10 items a week or you get over that number, I think around that number, then it's probably worth checking out. But if you start to do volume, then it's definitely worth the store. And I got the store when I first started out, and I just haven't looked back since. So for me personally, a store is really worth it. It has saved me a heap on insertion fees. I can only just recommend to go for the store. Primal Projects comments, doing Amazon FBA in Australia, best ways to make money from it, e.g. selling used books, is it worth it or too hard with shipping etc. to make profit? Can you talk about your experience with it so far and your future plans with FBA? Super good question. So I think it's worth it. The only problem I'm having at the moment is scalability, being able to grow the business idea to make it, a constant cash flow of money coming in. Because for me personally, I'm only sourcing really used textbooks or books, new sometimes as well, and some electronics that I find here and there. However, those products sometimes can be in scarcity. They're hard for me to find sometimes, and it's a lot of work to scan each book to find that, because I'm looking for those items that are worth 50 or 40 USD profit per book just to make it worth sending there, because you are limited with the 20 kilogram box and you want to make sure you can pack in as much profit as possible. And in order to do so, you got to get those, like example, it's good to get a book like this, which is really lightweight, small book, and it's not a hard cover. So let's just quickly do a test and see how much this is worth. This is also another thing. I get the books and I just let them stack up until I get enough and send them out. And sometimes it's taking a very long time. I haven't got a shipment out in a very long time. But I have been coming up with ideas of alternative ways to source instead of just going to thrift stores and trying to find it, because sometimes that can take a long time. Instead of going to book sales and things like that. Do a scan of this book. See, this is a good kind of book. It's coming in at about $675,000, and the cheapest is around $44, which is a really good price for a book like that. So if I could get hundreds of books like this at $1, that'd be epically awesome. However, it's hard to find these. I got to try and find a way to make that scalable, and then the FBA side of things will be just on fire. But it's something that I'm working on. It is definitely hard at times to make a profit because you have to pay like $180 to send a box. So you want to make sure you're sending out, I try and make sure to send out at least $1,000 worth of stuff just to make it worth it. And I know someone who has been doing it. I'm not sure if they've watched these videos. They have been doing it in the past, but they stopped doing it because they said it wasn't worth it. And I'm still sort of deciding whether it is worth it or not. I kind of still think it is worth it, but it takes a lot of work and you just got to try and make it work somehow. But to talk about my future plans, I'm wanting to go to the States and just crush it with FBA and just get heaps of products on there, going to the States and finding the items because it's such an abundance there. Super cheap to ship it to the Amazon warehouse and stuff. However, I think Amazon is coming to Australia soon, so there might be an opportunity, a door opening there as well to send stuff locally to the Amazon here when that arrives. But that's only a matter of time. But I guess my future plans is that I'm still, going to stick by it. I haven't been going hardcore into it lately. It's definitely something that's just sitting on the side there, waiting for me to take opportunity. Alright, so Bridget asks, hey Cody, how many active listings do you have? Also, do you use an eBay store or just list? Okay, so first off, I do have an eBay store, as I've said before, but my active listings, how many do I have? Let me show you guys. Alright, so I have 317 items active, with 179 sold. So that works out to be over 50% sell-through rate. I think it's about 55 or thereabouts, which is about my average. It's a little bit lower than average, but it works out fine for me because as soon as I'm listing items, I'm selling items. And I'm sure if I had stuff up more expensive, they might sit a bit longer, and then I'll be able to grow a store. But I'm growing the store by 1 to 2 items per day, I think, countering the items that sell and then stop being listed, if that makes sense. But at this moment in time, it's at 317. My plans in future are to grow that. It's also a good income source for when you go traveling and such. You have those items up for sale, and then you just trickle in these sales here and there as you're out just, doing whatever you're doing. It's good that I have Mum here who can ship out my items for me, and I really appreciate that of her. So Anthony says, wow, Cody, how do you not know about Vero? So that's interesting. I read that comment, and Anthony was talking about how Velcro is a term that they're using to sue people if you use it in your listings. And I think that's bizarre. I didn't know that was copyrighted in a sense, but I'll definitely take note of that. So next question comes from Riley C 1999. How are you planning to post the large Nerf guns? What type of clothes normally sell best, like women's, men's, large sizes or smaller? So the first part, the Nerf gun, I think if you guys remember, one of the biggest Nerf guns I have there is that machine gun, the Vulcan machine gun. It's quite a big, large gun. But all I basically do is just get a flattened cardboard box. I've showed it in previous vlogs and stuff, and I just wrap it in bubble wrap, and then I have the flattened box sealed on all sides and just jam it in there, and it works fine for me. And I normally send that out in the 3 kilogram box option or the 5 kilogram box option, depending on the weight of the item. And I haven't had any issues doing it like that, and it works fine for me. So for what sort of clothes sell best, me personally, in my experience, I sell mostly men's clothing. So for me, men's clothing sells best. There's no sort of definitive answer for this because trends and styles are always changing. You just got to see, my best piece of advice, and I've shared this many times, is to just search the sold listings in a category, specifically to jeans or something, and just see what is selling. That is the best way to find out what normally sells best, and then you can find those items in the thrift, pick them up and flip them, and you're guaranteed to sell them because it's proven before. Jeans sell well if you can find high brand jeans. Your nudie jeans, your diesel jeans, the G-Star Raw, and all those big brands like that, they do really well. Coogi sweaters, I'm just looking at a Coogi sweater, but jackets and jumpers, suits do well if you can pick up Hugo Boss suits, high-end fashion, Hugo Boss, Ermenegildo Zegna, and all that stuff. I'm just looking around just to help me, inspire me. Cycling gear does well, like bicycle jerseys and Knicks and all that stuff. Also, shoes do well. The shoe game is fire. I really like it. It's a really good way to make a good buck on your investment. Shoes are like $5-10 from the thrift, and if you can find some really good items, they can sell for upwards to hundreds of dollars. Yeah, like for example, today I picked up some shoes that you guys will see after this, some Adidas Boost 2.0 shoes, and I paid something like $10 for them, and they already sold for 60 or 70, I think it was $60, something like that. So it's a really good return on investment with shoes. Also, just bread and butter items like just general button front shirts are really good as well. But I can go on and on and on and give you heaps of information, but I don't want to make this video too long. So Kelu NL says, hey, thanks for the vlogs. They are very helpful. I've got a question for you. Is there any reason you don't do free shipping? If you did, factor in the shipping cost into the listing price. Do you think it is not needed? Now that you ship quite a lot of items per week, have you looked into a carrier service that picks up to save you money in the long run? So I've done some testing with this, and I've come to the conclusion that I prefer to do buy it now best offer with plus shipping. Reason being is because when you're searching for the item in the listing, say if you search these shoes right here and you type in Adidas Torsion shoes, it'll come up with the item, and if someone's searching for the item cheapest first, I believe that if you put your item at the cheapest, right, it will show yours at the cheapest despite if you have free shipping or not. And it doesn't counter in the cost for shipping until they click on the item. So I believe it's not really, necessary, because once they click on it, they kind of like the item, and then it's just like a sort of add-on in there, and it's sort of a little surprise. When free shipping isn't really advertised as much on the front page, I mean. So by that factor and some other reasons, I just go with plus shipping, and it's worked well for me. And I mean, like, I could increase my prices to counter in the shipping cost, but then that makes your prices more expensive, and then it might take longer to sell because it's a pricier item. That's me personally. I prefer plus shipping. And I haven't looked into a courier service. I'm not sure what services can provide pickup from my house, but, you know, I don't really mind packaging up the items and going down to the post office and getting rid of them. It's not really that much of a burden on my situation at the moment, and I'm sure if I, you know, get bigger, then I might consider it. But I'm only sending out like 4 to 5 items a day sometimes, and it's not really that bad. It's sort of part of my routine and ritual just to go down to the post office. So Drew asks, are you still going on your adventure? Also, did you do the run you signed up for? Hope you're feeling better. So I am postponing that adventure trip. I kind of just like set myself up for failure every time I say that I'm going somewhere and then I don't. So that's something that I'm just postponing until future, see how we go. But I'm wanting to definitely head up the coast sometime in future. Also, disappointingly, I signed up for that marathon and I kind of hyped it up. I said I was going to run it, and I think it's coming up this Sunday. Today is Wednesday when I'm filming this. To be honest, I am feeling not as fit as I would like to be, because I don't want to run not entirely fit and then sort of, because I wanted to run it and try and beat my personal record, and I don't think that's going to happen because I haven't been training properly for it. My body isn't really up to scratch in regards to running a halfer, so I think I might have to just sort of give that a skip, that run, and maybe sign up for another one. Yeah, but unfortunately I think I might have to just pass on that run. It's a bit disappointing, but that's just life sometimes. So John V asks, how will you send the mountain bike when you sell it? Would you use a freight carrier? So I haven't really sent a bike in the mail before when I've sold it. The only time when I sell bikes is I set it up for pickup only. I've never sent it out to a customer before. So the plans with the mountain bike, if I ever choose to sell it, because I'm starting to get quite attached to it actually. I've been riding it and I really like it, so I might keep it for a bit. But however, if I was going to sell it, I would just sell it locally with pickup only. So Olivia Butler asks, did you thrift your Vans hat? And yes, I did. Am I wearing it? Yeah, I'm wearing the Vans hat right now. I picked it up. This has quite a bit of a story behind it, because I did have a hat very similar to this Vans hat. The only difference was where it's coloured here, it was black, and it was just completely a black hat. And I had this on my Japan bike tour. It was given to me as a gift. It was a Kris Kringle gift during Christmas time a few years back. Not this hat, but the one that I had beforehand. And I lost it on my Japan tour. I had it hanging off this exact tripod, I think, with the hat sort of fastened through the tripod like that on the back of the bike. And it came off when we went down a hill. And I rode back up the hill for probably like a K or so to see if I could find it, and it was lost forever in Japan. So this is a bit of a tribute to that hat. I'll see if I can find what video it was that I got this hat, so you can watch it when I picked it up in the thrift, because I showed you guys it. But yes, it was thrifted. I can't remember how much, maybe $2 or something. So I'm not sure if I've answered this question. It was asked quite a while back. It was from Christian. Hey Cody, what year is your V-dub? I answered back that it's a 2004, and he said, has it given you any problems at all? And I didn't answer back. It has given me a couple of issues here and there, just general wear and tear. I had a coolant leak issue where it just kept leaking coolant, which was kind of a bugger for a while. But I only realized that it was because I had some kind of piping that was broken or fraying away, and it was just leaking. So that was an easy fix. And I think I documented that in a couple of vlogs. And to be honest, I have had some overheating issues with it here and there as well. I'm not sure exactly what was causing that. I'm not sure if that's normal, but it's just, you know, general, just mechanical issues here and there that you get with cars. I'm not sure if you're looking for a VW or not. Let me know if you're in the market for a Volkswagen Golf. But if you want my opinion, they are a pretty nice car. Some people say not to buy a European in a country like Australia because it's, you know, more expensive, and it's true, it's more expensive to pay for servicing and parts and stuff like that than if you were to buy a Commodore or something. But I like my car. It's done me pretty well. And I think that's about it for the questions that I can see here. So that is it for the Q&A session of this vlog. If you guys want to stick around and watch the rest of this vlog and see what else I'm getting up to today, then stay tuned. But that is it for Q&A. I've had a bit of a not so good day. Let me explain why. I hate to start off the vlog in a negative way, but I did get a return on an item. It was a shirt, a Fred Perry shirt that I sent. I didn't realize that it had like a big tear on like the inside of the button, and I was just trying to, you know, talk to the buyer and stuff, and they weren't very happy and stuff, and I tried to just do what I could, but it just really put me in a negative state of mind. But I've just been trying to get over that, but I had to give them the money for that as a refund, but that's all out of the way, and that's in the past now, so there's no more worries about that. However, I made some sales today, so let's get sucked straight into that, and I'll share with you guys what we sold, and I got to get it out. It is a bit later on in the day, it's around about 4 o'clock, so I've got to get these out before the post office closes. First item we sold was these Adidas Pure Boost 2.0s. We sold them for 60 bucks. Easy for me just to show you guys on my phone screen what item sold that is already pre-packaged, just for the sake of editing and stuff. Next we sold some Nikes. These are the Free Run 2s, and these ones sold for $45. Next we have one of those English Laundry John Lennon button front shirts. We sold this one for $60. And the last item going out is just the R.M. Williams shirt, t-shirt, size XXL. That one sold for only 15 bucks because I didn't realise it had some light stains here and there when I picked it up. But still made a bit of profit on it considering the faults. Also guys, I'm at the back of the car. I'm going to ride down to the post office and get out the parcels. However, I did pop into one thrift while I was out just briefly. We got an Adidas cycling jersey for $9. It should be like $30 or so. And then just another Gant 2XL big shirt, should sell well for 30 plus as well. It is a bit late in the day. It's hit about 6 o'clock. Got the bike on the roof. I'm going to hit the local trails for a bit. I'm driving out to the back of the mountains out here. I haven't been down this way. It is a different way from where I went yesterday or whenever I went mountain biking last. Yeah, a couple of days ago I think it was. It's a different place again. I haven't been this way, so it'd be cool to explore and check it out as well. There's so many more trails that I have no clue, never been to before, that I'm probably just going to go explore and check out. Let's go for a bit of a roll, guys. Can't find a trail at the moment, there's just this road. But I did see a kanga, saw a black kangaroo. I was unable to get it on camera. I'll keep my camera handy next time, see if we can get some kangaroo action. Oh, look at the cars. I think I missed him, guys, but there's a kangaroo back there. Damn, he just ran in front of me again. He's gone. Oh, we have a trail over there, let's check that out. They just keep running in front of me. I want to get some on camera for you guys. These power lines are just buzzing. Can you hear that? It's not even a trail back here, it's just a dead end. Oh, there we go. Kangaroos over there, guys. There's your kangaroo. Oh, they're off. Yes, we got some kangaroo action finally. They're so fast. As soon as you spook them, they're just off. It's pretty remote out here. Like I see motorbike skid marks and stuff, but there's like nobody out here. It is real wild out here, like Jurassic Park wild. I heard a freaking bird. It sounded like a dinosaur. Check out these though. These are the that's my foot. That's the kangaroo prints right there, I believe. Kangaroo prints. So many kangas out here. He's just looking at me. That's it, that concludes the ride. It was a ripper, it was alright. It wasn't as good as the last ride. The trails weren't that good. It was just kind of like a road like this all the way down there, instead of really like trails and stuff. But still had some fun. So I'm gonna head back home and get cleaned up because I'm pretty dirty. That is it from me for today's vlog. I got back, got cleaned. Thank you guys for coming along and watching today's video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.